Rough Edge FM. Irritatingly irresistible internet radio at roughedgefm.com.
From the land of lemons, magic, and neighbors who still wave, it's Voices of the Valley. Join hosts Jim and John as they shine a spotlight on local businesses, city council news, community events, and all the colorful characters that make the Santa Clara River Valley feel like home. From Santa Paula to Fillmore and Peru, this is your hometown podcast, Voices of the Valley. Plenty of people notice. He's just the one willing to say the...
Okay, wow, boy, did I really botch that.
Okay, let's try that again. Well, Tim, it was my first time trying to do this segment, and I totally blew it.
It's okay.
So, so this is a special episode of Voices of the Valley, aka Listen Up Santa Paula. But we have a new segment called 10 Minutes with Tim. And so we are doing our regular show tomorrow, but today is when it's normally scheduled. And so this is a very important message, one that we wanted to be heard before the council meeting.
Yes.
And so let me see if I can get this
out loud. Not all views expressed by Tim are those of this podcast, but they probably should be.
So here's the actual intro. Let's try this one more time.
You're
Go.
listening to 10 Minutes with Tim, where Tim Eubanks talks about the things people care about in Santa Paula that plenty of people notice. He's just the one willing to say them out loud. Not all views expressed by Tim are those of this podcast, but they probably should be.
There you go. 10 Minutes with Tim.
Thank you.
That worked.
That was good. That was good. I like that. I really like that.
Anyway, so city council meeting is tonight for Santa Paula.
Yes.
And they have an item on the agenda that raises concerns for you.
Yeah, it's actually there's a cannabis committee meeting today, so they're doing that first before it goes to the council.
Oh, before. Okay.
Yeah. So that meeting's at 3 p.m. today. If anybody wants to go down there and talk about it.
And so at 3 p.m. today down at City Hall.
City Hall. Yes.
It's an open.
It's open to the public. Yes.
Okay.
Depending on turnout, that's probably gonna be like last time in one of the back offices, because last time they had it, there wasn't too many people that showed up. So
Okay.
they didn't keep it in the chambers.
All right. So this is obviously something that you feel people should speak up.
Yes.
And show up.
For or against, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So what exactly are we concerned with?
The cannabis discussion is coming back up again. My opinion's changed on this. Before I was let's overturn the ban. We need the tax revenue for the city, get more things done. I think within the last year, my opinion has changed completely on this. I feel like this would be a bad idea to overturn in town. There's some pros, but there's also a lot of cons too. I work in the security industry, so I've worked for multiple dispensaries. I've seen firsthand what goes on.
Okay, so let's first talk about so less than a year ago, you would have been in favor of this.
I would have been in favor for the revenue, and yes.
So what caused the shift?
Opinions evolve and change over time.
Okay.
So
as one grows, you start to see some other sides.
Some different things,
yes. Okay. And so what is it? So we all know the benefits as far as the tax revenue.
Right.
What is it about the cannabis industry that has you concerned for Santa Paula?
Well, right now, 60% of the cannabis sales in California are controlled by the black market, decreasing the amount of possible tax revenue that we could have got. So there's that alone. I know Port Hueneme, I know especially Santa Barbara, because that's where I work out of Santa Barbara. The projections each year keep going down further and further. I know in Port Hueneme, some of the establishments are to the point where they're not making enough money to pay the tax agreement that they agreed to. And what happens if some of these dispensaries just file bankruptcy? Then there's nothing. You get nothing at all.
So what is it? What is it that's causing the dispensaries to? So you said 60%, meaning that it's being sold on the streets.
On the streets still, yes.
Okay. And so what exactly, because obviously at one point it was a big moneymaker.
It was.
So what do you think caused that downturn?
Regulations. A lot of them are pretty strict. The tax rates pretty high. And then two, the market's been saturated with so many dispensaries. It's just not what it was when it first became legalized.
So like everything else, when the government gets involved, things become much more complicated.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And people quickly realize that it's easier to do things off the record than it is to play
by the rules.
Ball. Yeah. Okay. So you've been involved in this industry. So what are some of the downsides, the dark sides that you seen?
Jump over to my notes real quick. Just off what I've seen personally, you're gonna have people hanging out in the storefront, loitering. They're gonna be, hey, can you buy for me? Hey, do you have any money I can get? Hey, it's a lot of soliciting, a lot of illegal activity, consumption on the property or near the property, near neighboring businesses. There's also other nefarious activities that kind of go on, soliciting of other sorts of things. Fights, violence, graffiti, trash. It could be a huge issue.
So it's not necessarily attracting the
best people.
Yeah. Obviously, there are a lot of good people that probably frequent these shops, but
there are.
With that, you get
the good
all the other ones. Yeah. And so, do you know by any chance if any of these cities have realized an increase in crime or anything if they have active dispensaries, or is that hard to judge?
Numbers aren't really reported. What I've seen is neighboring businesses have tended to report it, that more activities picked up, not good activity, but like crime or loitering and just not really mayhem, but bad actors.
So is your main concern that it's going to bring in the wrong kind of people to the city?
That, or it could further problems that we already have. I wouldn't want to see our police department tied up in something daily, because when I worked in Santa Barbara, almost daily I had to call PD about one issue or another, whether it be a fighting or just people being a nuisance, panhandling, or soliciting,
right,
all sorts of things. So yeah, I wouldn't want to take our police department away for something minor and have something major go on, and our resources are split between two different things.
So today's meeting at 3:00, this is a special committee.
Yes, this is the cannabis committee. I know Pedro and Carlos both sit on the committee, and then there's a couple other, I believe, citizens on the committee as well.
Okay.
And then James Mason is also part of it.
And so they're discussing whether or not. So right now we obviously can have I believe a
medical delivery.
Okay. So they can, for medical purposes, they can deliver to your house.
Yes.
But you can't actually go. You can't actually go there.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. And so this would basically allow people to open up a
storefront. Yes.
And why do you think it's on the table again?
I know they said the last time it kind of brought up that they wanted to bring it up just every so often, just kind of, get a gauge for the public's, I guess, interest or non-interest in it.
So there's no real, there's nothing really pushing this meeting per se, other than the fact that they're just revisiting it.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is at 3:00 at City Hall.
That's correct.
Okay. And so it's not an official council meeting.
No, but I feel like if they do agree to let's further look at it, it will go before council, and then they will decide whether, hey, are we going to put this on the next ballot vote or a yes or no vote to keep the ban or overturn it.
So this has to be a ballot vote.
Yes.
So
that's what
it
sounds
can't
like.
be that they can make the decision on
Council they can just come in if they wanted to. If they have the 3 out of the 5 votes, they can overturn it today.
that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but what it sounds like is they want to put it on a ballot maybe and let the public decide.
Okay. And so is there I know you had
I got
a lot of
a
notes.
lot of notes here.
So take it away. Go for it.
Well, I mean, again, there's increased robberies since these are primary cash-based businesses. Dispensaries are frequently targeted by violent armed robberies and burglaries. This is also, it's going to affect the safety of the employees and as well as customers. You also have an increase of the peripheral crime that's been associated with dispensaries, like in a shopping center, for example. The surrounding businesses do experience crime or just, people just out to, I guess, cause trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the people you want in your neighborhood.
Exactly. And two, there's studies have shown that neighboring businesses have moved because of the issues that dispensaries do bring in. I know Santa Paula has, I don't want to say a delicate economy, but we do have, I wouldn't want to see a good business that we have, a successful business, have to move because of something else. That what if they do go bankrupt and leave? Then we lost not one, but we've now lost 2 things.
Right. And anything else on your notes? I keep saying this. I gotta move this poster. It's the Friday Shot Day Show poster, and right by your head it says Drunken Views. And it's like, I gotta move that.
Yeah, that's all right. And then also too, you'll have an uptick in DUIs. People are going to be, driving under the influence.
I don't think a lot of people think about that. It's not about drinking alcohol.
Yeah, it's more than that. It's medication could affect. There's a lot of medications that you get. It'll say on the bottle, don't operate machinery or drive. So DUI is, there's a lot of, it's not just alcohol.
Right.
But then also, you have, increased emergency room visits. The cannabis now, it's the potency is so high that to where somebody that normally doesn't consume and they're not really, I guess, up to date on how things are, could take something way too strong and you'll end up in the emergency room. So that there's, safety concerns there. But yeah, like I said, there's negative business impact just from, stuff that I've seen go on.
So here's something that I always found interesting because as when I was a kid growing up, everybody looked at cannabis, pot,
Right.
as being the gateway drug.
Right.
And yet all of a sudden, for some reason, now magically it's not the gateway drug.
Yeah.
It's a legal drug. But I still tend to be, just because of my age and I'm old school, that when you consume these kinds of things, that ultimately it's like alcohol. Eventually you take it overboard and you become an alcoholic. And in this case, pot's not enough, so let's go to the next level of drug. And
right, because tolerance does build up eventually, just like everything else.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to consume more and more. I know when I consumed, I didn't have that issue to where I would move to something else. But I could see that where that could
would bridge it over. Yeah, I have a friend who works for a dispensary in Santa Clarita, and he smokes every day, and so he's constantly stoned, but you don't notice it because he's kind of immune to it. But there are some times where you can kind of see like the gears aren't quite moving as fast.
Moving a little slower than usual.
Yeah. And so I can definitely see how this, can affect judgment, and with it being so readily accessible like that, the last thing you want is your employees to be high all the time when they're
When they're
working.
supposed to
And
work, yeah.
the whole vaping, they go out and they vape and you don't know what they're vaping.
Yeah,
Although you could probably smell it.
They've gotten good at masking the smell.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's even harder to tell.
Okay. So, so with this meeting that's happening today, if they don't have enough people, we'll go into the back room. But hopefully, we get people that show up.
Yeah.
And state their opinion. So, do you have a sense that if this appears on the ballot, that there would be a lot of overwhelming support for it in Santa Paula, or do you kind of feel that there's a lot of people that are on your page?
I think it would pass just by seeing back in 2016 when they voted on what the tax bracket, I guess, would have been. I forgot what it was. It's been so long, but yeah, that I think passed by like 70%.
Really?
Yeah, it was a big number.
So, so that was passing the tax bracket on it. What did they not have it on the ballot?
It was on the ballot that year. It was 2016. It was on the ballot. It was voted for and approved, and then like I want to say the next council meeting, council was like, we're just going to ban dispensaries. They
struck it down.
Yeah, they got ahead of it.
Okay.
So, but the tax thing, it's structured. It's all there still. It's on. I believe it's still on the city website.
So it could be.
So the framework's there.
Right. So it could be a very easy thing to push through and get implemented. All right. So you heard it from Tim. So come down to the City Hall today, 3:00.
3 p.m.
Make sure your voice is heard one way or the other. So that's one thing I think I've noticed about you different, Tim, is it's let the voices be heard one way or the other.
Yeah. One way or the other.
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to agree with me. I don't always agree with everybody.
Yeah.
Let's at least have the conversation.
That's right. That's awesome. And so are we going to see you run for city council again at some point?
Depends on the day. You ask me. Some days it's yes, some days it's no. It just really depends.
Yeah, I'll tell you, after filming them and stuff like that, I'm like, I like being in the back room.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, this was 10 Minutes with Tim. So tomorrow we will be having our normal broadcast of Voices of the Valley. By the way, do you agree with that change?
I do. I like it.
Good.
I do.
Good. And did we find anybody in Fillmore?
I do have somebody that they got a few questions.
Okay.
But yeah, they want to know like what kind of commitment would they need to
sure,
to do it and stuff like
that.
But
yeah, you should have them come down on one of the shows and just sit and have a conversation.
Yeah.
So, all right. So this is 10 Minutes with Tim. We will see you tomorrow at 11:00. Until then, go down to City Hall at 3:00. Make sure your voice is heard. City Council meeting will be at 6:30 tonight, and I know there's some things on the agenda that they also want to be heard.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not a 4-hour one.
Oh, hope not. But I know one of the things on the agenda is some of the businesses in the downtown district are getting frustrated with these pop-up markets that close their streets down, and it takes away business from their stores. And so they're going to be talking about that,
which is good. I do know there's a lot of like food trucks in town that either don't have a license permit or they've let it expire. So
yeah,
let's all play by the same rules.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because you can't have a good competition or good competing business when one plays by the rules and the other doesn't.
Right.
So, all right, we will see you all tomorrow.
This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.